Merry Christmas everyone! I'm Jonathan, also known as the PC Genie. Now today I'm just going to talk about a shirt that I got, which is this. It's the Fighters Against Racism shirt. Now I was going to originally say, have a look at this to give an explanation of what it is, but there are no videos about it on YouTube at the moment, so I don't represent F.A.R. in any fashion, except I've got the shirt. But I can still sort of try to give an explanation. But, I mean, it's fairly self-explanatory. So, Fights Against Racism is all about inclusivity. So, regardless of your race, your gender, your religion, all the rest, we'll accept you. This was something that was started by the London Longsword Academy. So you look at people like David Rawlings and the rest. And it's, well, an initiative to stamp out racism wherever it is, especially in the martial arts communities, and even more especially the historical European martial arts community, because that's where it started and where it's most concentrated, but we're trying to branch out. Now, of course, some of you might be thinking, oh, but around where I am there is no racism, there's no need. Well, in that case, great. It's working, or, that there was a need in that particular area. But there are places dotted about where, there are people who actually do things like, for example, misuse the Deus fault that God wills it against people of different races and, and religions, which I don't think God wills somehow. It's not in the Bible. Debates about that another time, but that, like I say, in terms of acceptance and a lack of racism in communities, if you're in an area where there is not any racism, good, let's keep it that way. If you're in an area where there are quite a few racist people and maybe don't feel welcomed in things like the HEMA community, then this is sort of a badge to say we're people who are more accepting. So, you could look at someone like myself prior to today and maybe not wonder if perhaps I am some sort of person who goes on about, trying to misuse the Viking cultures and all sorts of stuff that racist people use to call about heritage and basically thinly veil the fact that they're actually racists or out-and-out Nazis and people like that. But when you see something like this, actually, we are people who are going to accept. We're people who are going to try and help you out, try and treat you equally to all others, regardless of your race, your gender, whatever. So it's quite useful, really. So, of course, if you are someone who worries, maybe, what about this person, what about that person, can you trust them? I mean, for example, myself. I mean, I'm a bit of a crap fighter at the moment. I waffle on a bit too much, as you might be telling now, but at least you can trust me not to be racist to you. So there's a nice positive for you. And it same goes for many other people who wear the Fighters Against Racism shirt or have patches. You have these sew-on patches for things like gambesons and other articles of clothing. I, of course, have got a shirt. They might have more merchandise regarding it soon. You don't have to, of course, wear this to say you're not a racist, but this is the most explicit, overt and obvious way of telling that someone is going to be more accepting and not racist to you, or, not sexist or whatever. This is the best way, the most official way. So yeah, that's that, and Merry Christmas to you guys. I will have links in the description about the Facebook group. If I find any websites or forums associated with them elsewhere, it may be an official website they might have, I'm not sure, I haven't checked yet. I'm only aware of the Facebook group at the moment, and if they do in the future have an actual video about what Fighters Against Racism is about from someone officially leading it, then I'll link that as well right at the top of the description for you. So, have a good day and Merry Christmas!